What's up, YouTube? This is Chris, and this, of course, is my channel, Bar911970. Thank you, as always, for visiting my channel, and hope your day is going well. Well, there's some interesting little stories that are going around. On my way to work earlier this morning, I like to put on the AM news radio stations every now and then to kind of get a general idea of what lies and propaganda they're spewing out. And as you see in the title of this video, a couple of events are going on right now. So the first thing I want to talk about is the alien part. I actually heard on the news, and this probably is the first time I've ever heard this on a news radio station. So it kind of caught me off guard, where they were talking about a town in Pennsylvania saw what appears to be a spaceship, and they said, like, twirling lights that were changing color. People filmed it, and they said they saw it for about 20 minutes. And they said even the police had verified this. So I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I'm one of those people that believes that anything can be possible. I mean, I have people that tell me there's no such things as aliens and it's not true, and I have other people saying that it's absolutely true. So it's kind of hard to tell unless you've either witnessed something yourself or the research you do, but, you know, without proof, it's always nothing more than speculation. But that might be something you might want to check out and see that story. All you have to do is Google alien spacecraft or something to that nature in Pennsylvania, and there'll be some reports on it. But like I said, there were police that even verified this, and they said it was going on for about 20 minutes. So to hear a mainstream news media outlet, I was listening to 1010 Wins. I don't know if you have that where you are, but yeah, it was interesting to hear that. So it was kind of funny because I had some conversations last night just about aliens just out of the blue. People were bringing this up for me, and it was actually two people in one day yesterday that started talking about this in a conversation. So I find it kind of funny that the very next day, for the first time I've ever heard on radio, they're talking about a potential spacecraft. Now, it could be a government-built thing. Who knows? I wasn't there. Some people told me there was also another eyewitness report in Texas of a spacecraft that they saw a couple of weeks ago. So might be getting some interesting times. Who knows? It could be fake, could be government, could be real. I guess we'll have to find out. So the second thing I want to talk about is the banks. Again, on 1010 Wins, they were talking about potential hackers trying to get into none other than JP Morgan Chase. Now, I find that particularly interesting because of the fact that I've been telling people, you know, be careful of the financial situations because, you know, they can only hide it for so long until things start coming out. So what better excuse than for somebody like JP Morgan to say, well, we had a disruption in our bank account, so there was a problem with the money because some random hacker came in and damaged the system or stole the money or something. In other words, that's a nice scapegoat. So you might want to check on that to keep an eye on it. So it was JP Morgan Chase, and they were reporting that hackers were trying to get into their system, causing some problems. So that might be something to pay attention to. And the third, and I've talked about this before, is the Ebola virus. And they're saying that in Africa alone, they said it could kill up to 20,000 people. So they are definitely putting out all this stuff. Now, what comes to mind to me is something I studied years ago. And if you're not familiar with it, you may want to check it. It's called Agenda 21. Now, some people will hear that and absolutely know what I'm talking about. Others will say, you know, especially if it's your first time on this channel or this type of channel, you're going to be like, well, what's Agenda 21? Well, the best thing I can tell you is to Google it, research it, and find out. But you're talking about, they're talking over in Russia with Ukraine, problems going on there. You still have the situation in Ferguson, even though it hasn't been as damaging as in the beginning with all the riots, but that's still a potential, you know, spark. You have what's going on with JP Morgan Chase. You have all of a sudden a couple of alien sightings talking about the Ebola virus, the ice bucket water challenge, which seems to grow by the day which is kind of sad if you think about it, because half the people, I watch some of the videos just to kind of see what the general public thinks about this. Half of them not only can't even say ALS, but they don't even know what it is, and you could see apparently it's just a bunch of followers that are doing what everybody else is doing. Because you see some people trying to outdo each other, and then you have the compilation videos. You have people putting on the shades, looking cool, and pouring the water over themselves. So how that has anything to do with the charity itself, it's definitely cheapened it. So, I mean, it's a good cause, obviously, but if you do a lot of deep research, you know that they never cure these things. Because if anybody knows about ALS, for example, it's basically another name for Lou Gehrig's disease. And it was named for that because Lou Gehrig, a famous Yankee baseball player, ended up dying from it, and it was the first time they ever heard of it, so they named the disease after him. Now, he died from it in 1941. Just imagine how much money they've collected since then. And there's still no cure. I keep telling people all the time that medicine is a business, and for a business, for any business to thrive, they need customers. So if they all of a sudden brought out cures for cancer and diabetes and AIDS and ALS and all these major diseases that help with the population control, well, how much money would they lose? You're talking pharmaceutical companies, you're talking hospitals, you're talking private practice, you're talking nurses, you're talking about the people that sell the medical supplies, you know, the people that ship all the stuff. There would be lots of people out of work. So unfortunately, their job will never be to cure anything. But they take advantage of the good-natured, and they also make you feel guilty. To have that kind of situation going is just something that I cannot take part of, and I know a lot of people that do research and things that know. And by the way, a lot of times, less than 20% or 30% of the actual money goes towards trying to research for that disease. A lot of it goes into the pocket of the CEOs. They just don't report those things, because if people knew stuff like that, they might think twice. So they pull on your heartstrings. They take advantage of the naive and the really good-natured who think they're doing a good job. But it's basically a look-at-me show, and that's a shame. So anyway, I'm going to end the video at this point. I'm going to keep it under 10 minutes. I know some of my clients do appreciate some of my subscribers do appreciate that. So if you like what I talk about, share your thoughts on the topics that I discussed by leaving a comment in the comment section. Share it if you think it's important for other people to hear these kind of things. And if this is your first time here, we would love for you to join the Bar None Nation. So please hit the subscribe button. And for all my subscribers out there, if you can post my channel onto your social networks to help me get the message out, because I've had so many people on my channel say that they can't watch the videos, or they've been unsubscribed, or, you know, things that are just not the normal situation. So I need all the help I can get. So if you guys can help me get that out, I'd appreciate it. So thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to have your trolls spayed or neutered. Peace.